I love the herb, man. The herb. It gets you feeling type of
We are,
weird.
we are really into limbo, man. We
Bra,
are
bra, who that?
very, very good limbo players.
Who that? Who that? Dang, dude, I should have had some reggae music queued up. I don't. Damn it. Oh well. Well,
Jesus.
Alexa, play Black Uru.
We're gonna get copyright strikes.
Nobody watches this.
No, we got fucking copyright strikes on a video that nobody watched
Oh, that's funny. That's just insult to injury.
because of fucking somebody, you, aka somebody, you were playing music in the background. We got a copyright strike on my account. You can only get 3 of them before your account gets deleted.
Well, that's weird because you can have it if you're critiquing the music. Like if you play like a clip of a song and you talk about the song.
It's reviewing, but yeah,
Because dude,
like you gotta review it.
do you know who Lex
And you can
Friedman
only
is?
play. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like the
Well,
black
and
guy.
then yeah, well, he's like a Russian dude that has a podcast. And he always wears a suit, and he's like an intellectual or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, he works for MIT,
I know who
and
you're talking about.
he always has like really cool people on. And you know Rick Rubin, like the producer.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Rick Rubin? He was the producer for like
I'm bad.
all of Jay-Z, all the Beastie Boys. He was the producer for Red Hot Chili
Okay.
Peppers for like 12 years.
He's got like
He's like
really
the best.
greasy hair.
No, yeah, he's just an old guy he's an old white guy that looks like Santa Claus,
Yeah.
but with
his
gray hair. And yeah, he
know.
had like a full
I didn't know his name.
yeah, he had like a full podcast with him, and they were just going through like all of his best songs he's ever produced, and we're playing the entire things on YouTube. And I was like, damn, I haven't seen that in a long time. Because remember back in the day, YouTube used to be like, yeah, just play whatever you want, you know, wasn't a big deal. And now it's like they'll show up at your house and kill you because you played Happy Birthday.
Yeah, like, come on, dude. Isn't that like ran out of its fucking copyright or something?
I'd say so.
Share screen window, maybe. That'll probably do good.
Dude, it's a beautiful day out. Beautiful
Oh, I
spring day.
can't do it. Fuck, I gotta upgrade or something. Don't show tips, please. I always click never again and it still does it. Check
Yep.
this out.
Computers don't understand.
Can you see that?
What is it?
Moringa.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the music.
No, she's got I got this off of her 40-foot tree. It's seeding right now. That's what they look like.
That looks like a giant okra.
I know, right? Oh, this is like what hers looks like, dude. See how all the seeds are there?
Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I see those all the time. Those usually have like Spanish moss growing all over them.
Yeah, dude. She's got one that's like 40 fucking foot tall. She planted it from seed, dude.
Did those people like build a new house? Because like whenever you sent that address, I looked it up, and there was no house there.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
on
it's a
Google
new
Maps you
house.
can see. Oh, okay, because on Google
It's a new
Maps you can
house.
see the top of a house, but like when you do Street View, it's just an empty lot.
It's a new house, yeah.
That's cool.
They just moved down here from North Florida. The guy's a master gardener. His name's Rick something. And that's what he did for his entire life's work.
Dude, that's such great people to know. Like no matter what question you ever have, you got a master gardener to answer.
So it's fuck, Diane, when did she hit me up? 3 p.m. today. I get hit up. I get a call on my phone. Hello? Hey, it's Diane. Do you remember me? I'm like, yeah, from Monday? Yeah, you're my neighbor? She goes, yeah.
Oh, you're my neighbor. Okay.
So I just had Rick run down there. The city's out here, and you're cutting out. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I had Rick run down there and talk to the city for you. You're cutting out. And she kept saying that. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, they're going to drop some mulch in your drive. I'm like, all right, sweet.
The
I already got
city?
people. But apparently they had, she texted me after that and she goes, oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you very well. It kept breaking up. The chipper truck driver didn't know if he'd have more chips today or when. I really tried. Something to keep your eyes out for. I. It's like an emoji.
Oh, so you can like the city when they cut down trees, you can tell them to like dump. If it's in
Sometimes
your neighborhood, you can tell them to like drop the mulch off at your place.
this is just the text
Is
message I
that
got. Sometimes other smaller operations might have chips cut trees. Space, 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 space. We collect everything! Exclamation part. Space, 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 space. It all breaks down in Florida heat. 813-344-9119. Free mulch. And I'm like, hey,
Oh yeah.
thanks.
Do you
I
think they'll
appreciate
deliver
it.
it here?
Nah, probably not. I guess it's the city cutting down trees in this neighborhood because it's like East Tampa and it's kind of neglected a little bit. And they're trying to
Hmm.
gentrify the block a little bit, kind of thing.
As long as they're hardwoods, I guess that's good mulch. You just don't want like palm tree mulch because that shit will just make a bunch of new palm trees
No,
everywhere.
all it is like these fucking. I don't even know what kind of trees they are, but they're fucking massive. What are all
Oh,
the
probably
trees?
like swamp oak.
I don't know. They're not swamp oak. They're like they're a mighty tree, dude. They're a mighty tree. Some of these things are fucking over 300 foot tall. They are a mighty tree. They're so big around, fucking 10 people couldn't wrap their arms around it. They're so huge. These trees have to be
Hmm.
like fucking 400 years old around here. But they cut the trees off the power lines, basically, the limbs that grow over it,
Oh yeah.
because nobody's trying to dare cut down that tree, bro. You know how much fucking work that would be? The size of like a sliver. If you took a 6-inch slice out of that log, it'd probably weigh 300 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna move that shit? You can't do
Well, yeah,
anything
that's how
about it,
my neighbor's
besides
tree
burn
was.
it, maybe. And there's a
They had to
burn
bring
ban.
like a crane out and lift it off the ground. Crazy.
And that was like, to be honest with you, that was like a twig compared to some of the trees around here, dude. Like some of the trees around here are
Probably.
so fucking thick, they blow
This
my mind.
this thing, I don't know if I can show you a picture of it, but the I'm looking at it right now. The stump or whatever they cut the base of it off of, it's probably
You
8
should
feet
measure it.
across. It's
Oh
huge, dude. It's like it's
damn.
bigger than like a round dinner table. It's huge, which is kind of cool. But
Damn.
imagine trying to grind that stump out. That's insane. But like just to remove that tree was probably like $4,000. Could you
Oh
imagine
wow.
having to spend 4 grand on something that's like doesn't really seem like a big change? You know what I mean? That's insane.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
4 grand, dude. You imagine how much like cool shit you could buy with $4,000? Like you could just,
Like
or
a
if you just
fucking
had like $4,000, you're gonna just throw away.
ATV or something. Yeah, like a
No, dude,
fucking razor.
I'd probably buy like 2 cars, like two piece of shit cars. You know,
Uh, I I'm on the hunt for like a $2,000 truck. I should have bought
I'm
that other
uh,
one. I should have
I'm
bought it.
buying, I'm buying an LS engine here pretty soon. Uh, I
I
connected
wanted
with
it.
this, I connected with this guy out in Coweta that he has like a little shop, and all he does is
Okay.
just put like LSs into like BMWs, like just he'll take like a short wide Silverado V6 and then put like the 6 liter in it and then put a turbo on it and shit. And
Hell yeah.
I messaged him because it's like I'll look on Facebook Marketplace and you can see like you can get a 5.3 liter Chevy Vortec for like $400, but they're always like 200,000 miles, and I want to get one with like less than 100. And so I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, who's your good LS guy?" And he's like, oh, I'll put you in touch. Just let me know whenever you want to pick one up because it's kind of like a day by day basis on like what their inventory is.
All right, now
But
it
I
cut
told him
out.
is like,
All right,
oh,
repeat the last 2 seconds. Sorry, I just.
oh, I was saying, well, I messaged that guy that like gets all these Chevy LS engines and puts them into all these cars, and
Heard that.
I messaged him. I was like, hey, where do you source your engines from? Because it's really hard to find some that were like decent mileage and don't need a total rebuild. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll put you in touch with this guy. All you got to do though is like you message him the day you want to buy one because he only has like 3 at a time, and it's like every day is a different thing. But what I
Sounds-
want to do is I could get a 6.2 liter LS3 for about like $800 or $900, just the engine. Like the transmission I'd have to get would cost probably $2,000 alone, and then the whole conversion kit to wire it up to my Jeep would be about $5,000, and then of course like you have to get it tuned, all that shit. But like for like $8,000, you can put an LS3 in a Jeep, and that's a Camaro
And it's a
engine.
brand new car, basically. You know.
Well, and I could pull a trailer. Like, I don't know about you. Well, your Jeep has a better engine than mine, but it's still probably slow as shit. Like, if you had to toast, like, whenever you fully load up with all your mulch and shit, isn't it like a terrible drive and it's slow as fuck?
It doesn't bother me because all the waterways that are around here and the fact that it's like fucking 3 feet above sea level makes the road so curvy that it's not like you're ever gonna get a straightaway.
Well, I
Like
guess that makes sense too, because
everything's so curvy.
it's also pretty flat. Like the highway on ramps are like the only slopes around there. Like everything else is pretty flat.
Yeah, there's no elevation. Yeah.
Well, if you ever get bigger tires, like if you ever get 37s, you'll have to get like gears or something like that, like a higher gear set.
I want to put 40s on there eventually, but then you have to get like 410 gear.
Oh,
ratio.
you'll need a whole new you'll need to spend $12,000 on new axles to get 40s on there.
Well, oh yeah, for sure. Oh, I have heard that you can put the fucking chromoly fucking rings around your fucking axle and it like supports it or something.
Oh no, axle sleeves. Yeah, you put it inside the tube. It's like a tube that goes inside the tube and it stiffens it up. Yeah, that's you can do that, but honestly, like
it holds up, dude. You could put them in the fucking Dana 40 or whatever the fucking.
Oh, in the front, that's a 30.
A 30.
Yeah, well, see, the only problem there,
30, and
if you do that with
them up.
If you do that with stock gears, then it works out all right. But the only problem is if you get a lower gear ratio, the pinion gear keeps getting smaller and smaller, and it's already tiny in a Dana 30. So, really, with a Dana 30, the best that like it maxes out with 35s, like stock. If you add a bunch of shit to it, you could maybe run 37s. But if you get a locker, then you don't want to have a Dana 30 because it'll just like turn that thing into a bomb every single time you mess something up with it.
That's my goal with this Jeep is just like, hey, basically turn it into like an indestructible vehicle, like a zombie apocalypse vehicle, basically. That's
kind of what I'm trying to do.
No spend on any cosmetic anything. Everything is utility only. You know,
I did the opposite for like the first 5 years I owned my Jeep. I was like, oh yeah, I need more light.
I didn't put. There's no lights on my Jeep. It has the stock headlights in it. There's no sound system in my Jeep. It has everything is bone stock. I have a little fucking cigarette lighter plug-in thing to play my phone on the stock radio.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
I've spent $15 on my interior, and I have torn it to shreds already. It's missing half the carpet.
Oh yeah, you need to get those seat covers because like if you ever really gut it out and get like racing seats, you can resell those Jeep seats for pretty good money, like $300 each, especially the back one.
You're gonna hate me for this. I sold my soft top for $80.
Oh, I didn't even know you had a soft top.
I had a soft top, yeah. I sold it for $80.
Was it a stock one?
Yep.
Oh, it didn't have kind of shitty though.
It didn't have the windows on it though. This
Oh,
guy had the windows, and he said he drove all the way here from fucking. He drove like 2 hours here to my house to come and get this bitch. I put it up on Facebook Marketplace. It was gone like in a second. He's like, I'm driving 2 hours to come and get it. It's worth like $1,000 new.
Yeah, I had a chance to buy
And this
a
thing was
brand new
new.
factory one because
This was the
when
factory one, yeah.
I worked at the Jeep dealership, there was somebody who brought a brand new Rubicon 2-door Jeep, and it was not like the vinyl one. It was the one that feels like felt. You know what I mean? Like the one that's like the nice, like the upgraded soft top you can get.
Mhm.
And it was one of
Oh,
those.
shit.
And they bought the Jeep and forgot that they ordered a soft top, and they actually wanted a hard top. And so we're like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, you paid for the soft top. Are you going to keep it? Like, we can package it up for you, all that stuff. And they were like, no, just get rid of it. We'll never use it. That we didn't want one in the first place. So I had the chance to buy it for $350, but I never did. And I really wish I would have, because like
Dude,
nowadays it's hard to find something that cheap.
whenever I bought my Jeep, it came with a soft top in the back. It was wrapped up in this orange tape. I had to take my top off to get it out because it was like bolted in and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah,
like,
it has the frame or like the collapsible bullshit.
yeah, I just fucking took it out because I was like, I really don't like soft tops on Jeeps personally. I
Well,
fucking
when it
hate 'em.
rains that much, there's no point.
No, I really fucking just hate the way they look. I hate the way that they dry out in the sun. I hate the
They
way that
leak.
they sound on the inside. I hate everything about soft tops. So I just threw it inside of my house for like a really long time. Then I threw it inside of my shed. And then I'm like, dude, I bought this new mower and it was like really, it's beast, dude. So it was like taking up some space in the shed. I'm like, I need to just get the fuck rid of this soft top. I threw it in my grass, put it up there for $80, and I had it gone. And they're worth like $1,000 new, bro. And it is
Well,
new. And the
Well,
guy
that's
that
what's
came
good
out
about
here,
living where you live, because like I can't find anything on Facebook. Like, or even if like I were to post something, it wouldn't sell.
so many people own Jeeps around it. This guy came down and he's like, yeah, dude, I got fucking ripped off. I bought this fucking top and it was an '09. And I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, it's one of those years. One of those years they made it without the cords in it. And he has shown me the cords that are in this top to where it like snaps shut. And apparently one year Jeep decided, hey, we're not gonna make it with a cord in it. And apparently those tops suck. And he was like, I was driving through your neighborhood and I was like, oh shit, I don't really know how good this top's gonna be. I was like, damn, dude, this shit's brand new. This is like $1,000 top, and I'm getting $80 for it. So fuck off.
I'm the most normal person in the neighborhood.
I'm like, screw you, bitch. But he drove a really long way, so I wasn't really roasting him for it. Like he
That's
really
great.
needed it. But I think he was Cuban, but he was super white. His name was like Marco Miguel or something, like
Or like
super
his name was
Cuban.
like Morrow, or like
Maro Cabello or something, and his
Miguel.
he looked like a fucking dude that like works in like a suit and a tie. Like he looked like a white dude, but he was definitely like Cuban as fuck. Like definitely a Cuban, but like he didn't look like a Cuban, you know. I've got a bunch of those IPAs in my fridge. How do you like them? This
These hazy little
6.7?
things.
Yeah, hazy.
They're pretty good. I only buy like different beer whenever I see it on clearance or like on sale.
Yeah, I saw they were selling the 18 packs of those at Winn Dixie for $20 or something, and I was like, "Damn, that's like
That's
as
pretty good.
cheap as Bud Light or something," you know?
Yeah, even if you get a like a 12 pack of F5, that's usually like 23, $24.
I know. Maybe they just made too much of that hazy IPA. You know what? I need to take a convenience store trip to Wawa tomorrow and pick up some of those Mountain Dews. I wish Matt was on here so we could ask him the review on the Mountain Dew beers.
He only drinks that Coca-Cola Energy or whatever it is, energy coffee.
I
Kind of
just
the basic.
texted him. We'll see if he'll give us a live review. I think the Mountain Dew one's going to be great, personally.
I imagine it like
The zero
between a
sugar
White
kind of
Claw.
turns me off.
It's got to be between like a White Claw and then like a Mike's Hard Lemonade fruit punch, like somewhere between there. But
Mountain Dew always goes above and beyond. They don't care what they put in their products. They just care about the taste.
well, didn't they make like a Baja Blast like vodka drink or something?
Maybe. I never saw it.
That was a while back, but
I
it might have
never
been
saw
like
it.
one of those April Fool's jokes or something.
This is a real thing, dude. They're making 5% alcohol Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I saw that.
In Baja Blast, regular,
And then they have the red one.
watermelon, and which apparently
Code-
tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
They have Code Red.
And yeah, the Code Red's called Black Cherry, though.
Yeah,
because
dude, they have it at Reese's here. I saw it yesterday.
we need to buy some and save it and sell it on eBay, dude.
Dude, I can't believe people do that.
I saw a TikTok and this guy was buying this Mountain Dew alcohol in South Dakota. He got it off of eBay. He paid like $450 for a case.
Oh, damn.
Just
kind of like a PS5.
Just because it's not sold in every state. And like he would have to drive basically to Oklahoma to buy it. You know what I mean?
Do you remember, did your dad have any friends growing up that were like, oh yeah, we just went to Joplin and got some 6 Point beer? Remember? Do you remember that growing up? Like they're like, oh yeah, we had our buddy was in Arkansas, so we had him pick up some 6 Point beer while he was there.
Now they're
Isn't
like
that wild?
5% Jewel Pods, 5% Mountain Dew. They're trying to.
Why is that
kids.
the number? Why is
They're
that the
gonna fuck
number?
the kids because 5%, the 5%ers of it's like the younger generation that's gonna turn out to be shitheads in the globalist eyes.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
They want 95% of the children to follow everything that they say, and the other 5% are the defectors.
Hey, so as a Florida resident, why don't you answer me this? So, if Disney World has to like liquidate all their property assets, do you think you'll buy some?
Probably.
That'd be sick, dude. Imagine like owning the like the Star Trek exhibit or whatever the fuck. That'd be cool.
That's a good idea. I'm trying to, yeah, that's a good investment idea that for something for like my dad to do or somebody that has like accessible cash. Me personally, I have like a house. I'm already invested in a lot of stuff, but like
You've also been spending a tremendous amount of money recently, it seems like way too.
oh yeah.
It seems like you're spending at least $500 a week.
Actually, I think I've been spending less because I haven't been doing like
Facebook Marketplace. You were on like a Facebook Marketplace tear for like a solid month, and you're like every day you're picking up something.
Whenever I first moved here, I was like going to fucking bars all the time, and bro, that shit is like racks.
Yeah.
Well,
just one night a week. Just you gotta condition yourself to one night a week of either going out to eat or drinking.
I was also doing illicit substances that cost like fucking $100 a gram, basically. You know, like
$100 every 3 hours. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, like think about the amount of money that you would spend. Then it's like, all right, I'm really into gardening, and I'm staying home. Like I'm like, you know, cooking my own meals and like not going out to like bars and stuff.
Oh yeah, that saves a lot of
going
money.
out to eat. It's like, dude, I have all this excess cash where it's like, man, you know, I don't have any debts besides like my car or my house.
Well, that's the deal. Is like you can go out to the bars and you can in 2 nights, just one weekend, you can spend $350. And once you realize it's like,
dude,
that's a pretty
easy.
sizable chunk of my paycheck. Like
you go out in
Tampa
Tampa.
for 2 nights.
You go out in Tampa as like a single dude that's like fucking 6'6", and you end up buying shots, and you're like fucking $200 in at the bar, and then you're like, fuck, let's get some blow, and then you're another $350 in. You're like, that's $500, and then you're gonna go to like some more bars after that. You're like $600, $700 in on a Friday night. Like after.
Well, when we came down
This isn't
there,
even
I
all
was
day.
spending just from us like eating out twice a day and then going to the bar every night, and that was only what 3 nights. I think I spent $650. Of course, that was two of us, but I mean, that's a lot of money to spend for 3 days.
Dude, that shit adds up so quick whenever you're like going out and stuff. But if you're just watering your grass and your garden and
Oh,
tending
yeah.
to your cucumbers,
No, dude.
okra,
Honestly,
and
if you're gonna waste that
corn.
much money, spend it on very high quality, good food to like cook. Like that's
Mhm.
that's what I realized. It's like instead of eating out constantly, if I'm spending $30 a day, why don't I just cook a $30 dinner every night and like eat really
Mhm.
good? And honestly, like you don't build bad habits that way.
I'm still on
I,
the stage where I'm eating like a fucking raccoon, dude. I'm like saving
dude,
cheeseburgers
I'm
in the
surprised
freezer.
you're not like a gourmet cook at this point because you
I'm
seem to
good at
be
cooking. No,
like
I'm good at cooking.
you like cooking. Like you don't just like eating, you like cooking. But
It's
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 hard.
not
It
as
takes when it takes
convenient.
3 hours to make a good meal, it's kind of, you're like, is that even worth it?
No, I think I'm in this like fast-paced cycle where I've just got a lot of shit going on, and I'm to the point where I'm pre-Bucky YouTube. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of shit going on, and it's like, fuck me. Like,
Yeah, me
all I gotta
too. It's
do is
been a
start a
lot.
YouTube channel now.
It's been a tough couple months. I
Birdie,
mean, there's a lot of shit
isn't The
going on
Office
in life.
doing great? I mean, I heard that it was doing phenomenally.
Yeah, doing really good. Like best in the region, basically,
That's
which says a
awesome.
lot. But
Is
personally,
it a
I've got
lot
a
of
bunch of
apps?
yeah, yeah. But
That's
I mean,
gonna
like
be the big thing.
I'm doing really good right now. Probably might hit a contest this year.
Oh, no
Um,
way.
yeah, I'm doing pretty good. So,
I gotta like
but
buy you a gift or something. That's a big deal.
it's been it'll be like a Q4, but it's just been
That's
a
gonna be
fucking
a
grind, dude.
huge deal. That's gonna be a huge deal.
Well, and like what I do, that's hard to achieve. Like if I
Yeah.
was doing applications, yes, that would be a little bit easier. But that's the other thing is like
Nobody
applications suck.
no, no, no. You don't get respect to hitting it. You know what I mean? Like, all right, maybe if you're like way above, but like it's something about like working in more of
Yeah,
like
the end user
blue
services.
collar space
Yeah.
is a respectable thing. You know, it's like if you do good there, you're gonna do good anywhere kind of thing. It's like kind of the grind that proves you as an individual.
Oh my gosh, dude, do you want to hear something hilarious? There was all these people. So as you know, we're kind of starting to integrate into like the Texas office region stuff.
Yeah.
And there's
Texas is
people like,
blowing up, dude.
dude, there was people freaking out about like, oh, well, I heard every time you have to miss work, you have to get your PTO approved there. And I was like, are you serious? I have never had to have PTO. I've never put in PTO since I've worked here, and I've taken off weeks, months at this point.
Yeah,
And
no, no.
like people were freaking out about that, but I mean, I have like 200 so far. I have like 200 hours this year, like 200 hours of PTO built up.
Whenever you have like a good leader in place that trusts employees
Yeah,
and lets employees do
you don't
what
have
they
to worry
want,
about that.
the
Yeah,
employees overperform as like it's a leadership technique. I swear to God it is. Because if
yeah.
you look at like some of the strictest, like most
Well, when you take
demanding
time off, you
leaders,
feel guilty. You're like, I got to get back to work.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
hard to like tell yourself to like be okay with that though, because like
it is.
because
Yeah, it probably would have taken a long time to kind of develop an opinion like that, especially whenever you have an entire United States culture that is like idolizing production. Like, oh,
yeah, or like
produce.
the hard work equals success type of thing.
You're basically like the fucking libertarian in fucking 2001. You know,
Oh yeah,
you're
everybody's like,
fighting
I don't know what's going on.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
fighting an uphill battle or something. I don't know.
no, that actually is pretty astute. I mean, that makes sense to me. Because it's like, yeah, nobody.
'Cause you're
It's like you're
autistic
speaking a
too,
different
yeah.
language to people.
No,
That's the crazy
nobody
thing,
else
man.
would get that besides you, and that's why I like you, Connor, because you understand what I say.
Let's get into some gross politics shit, man.
All right.
So have you heard about this this libs of TikTok doxing thing?
Yeah, and they like posted her address or something. It's a
Dude,
girl,
no, they
right?
showed up to her family members' homes asking, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't even know what's Twitter? I didn't know she's on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter." Like, dude,
Invasion of
journalists are straight up
privacy.
scum. Dude,
But
journalists, dude.
no, okay, wait. I think defamation lawsuits don't protect journalists, and
No.
they're
Journalists
basically
can literally do whatever they want and get away with it. It's fucking sickening, dude. Especially if they're
censorship.
Well, no, especially if they're behind like a big company or a big company's behind them, like, you know, the Washington Post or whatever it may be. But that's
We
just
have
so fucked up to
lawyers.
even think about is like, damn, like if you say something online, like not even say something online, you just run an account online that highlights crazy people,
You
those
never
crazy
say
people will
anything
show up at
yourself.
your door.
Yeah, you never say anything yourself. You're using like fake usernames and stuff. Somebody will hunt
Yeah,
you
you
down.
have to. That's the only way you can because people are like, "Hey, we'll find where you work and stuff like that." That's so messed up, and I hate it. Like,
She probably her email address is probably her fucking address at gmail.com. It's like fucking 1603 South,
dude, it is
whatever
an
the fuck.
absolute miracle that these people are not getting like retaliated against. Like, well, not the victims, like the journalists. Like, it's insane to me that like something like a journalist will do something like that, and
Well,
like nobody even does anything to the journalist. That's insane. Even like, you know, vigilante justice type of shit. That stuff happens a lot. Like, you know,
would you
somebody cuts somebody off in traffic and they pull over and shoot the person. Yeah, that's not justified, but I mean that does happen. And the way that journalists are doing it is like blatant. Like they're like straight up like, we're gonna
it's
destroy your
all in
life and we have
place,
no
dude.
problem with it.
It's all in places that guns are like fucking outlawed.
Exactly. Yeah. Like there's that
Run up on
safety.
DeSantis's or anybody else's fucking place in Florida besides Disney World, and you're gonna be met with a gun.
Do you remember? Well, you probably have seen
Everybody
some
has
of
a
these.
gun here. Everybody has a gun in Florida. Like
Well,
it's great.
you've seen some of these videos before, probably. You just don't remember like what it was. But have you ever watched like that YouTube channel where it's like just explaining like creepy like murder stories and stuff like that? And there was one about this guy
Okay.
in the 1980s and 1990s in Australia that would break into people's homes, watch them for several days, or like before breaking into their home, just like watch them for several days, learn their behaviors, and then would break in and then like assault the kids, tie up the parents, that type of thing. And he's never been
Yeah.
found. And like the things that he's accused of have happened over and over and over again several times. Like he just shows up in a house without weapons and somehow coerces the entire family into being hostages. Now, that's Australia, though. Like, that would never happen here.
They
Or
don't have
people wouldn't
guns.
even do that here because they know that it's like, okay, I'm entering a hostile territory. Could you imagine living in a society where people
You
can just break
can't
into a
own
house
guns.
without fear? Could you
You can
imagine living in that society, though? That's insane.
no. That would
That's
literally
insane, dude.
terrify me.
That's scarier than living in a place with a lot of guns, that's for sure.
You
That's a
would
lot
get you
scarier.
would get one fucking sixth grader that thinks he's tough stuff, and you'd be out of your all of your. I mean, I guess that's why there's
Well, I mean,
banks and
just bring it back.
I don't
Like,
know.
bring it back to basics. Imagine if four people broke in your house and the only thing you have to defend yourself is a kitchen knife. Like, good fucking luck, buddy. You might take out one of them. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's
You might,
insane.
yeah, you might cut yourself.
Yeah, probably. They'll probably turn it on you because there's four people and one of you. Like, black
Yeah,
powder
I
is
would.
really the great equalizer. I mean, that's what it's
Yeah,
always
I
been.
wouldn't bust out a knife with four people, dude. I'd need something longer, like a bat.
But dude, I was just reading that story and I was like, okay. And then I researched like when were firearms mostly banned in Australia, and it was I
It was
couldn't
like
find an
the
exact date, but it was
2000s.
like 1981 is when it started. So and all these murders happened and abductions happened like within
The
the early
last
80s
one,
to 90s.
they did a buyback.
Oh,
In
they
like
do that every year, dude. They
no,
do
they
that
did.
every year. the news only picks up on it every now and then. They do that constantly.
No,
That's
in
like a common thing they
Australia,
always do.
Australia, I think it was 2001. I think that was the last buyback that they did, and it was like basically it wasn't a buyback. It was give us your guns or go to jail.
Right.
Like,
So and they
even
spell
old
jail
ones,
weird.
even like the antique ones, like
Yeah. It's like this was my grandfather's. He fought for the British Army while we were settling the island of Australia, and it's like, nope, sorry, you're gonna turn those in. You don't have a license.
they're like, we'll give you $200 for it, and he's like, no, I'm not selling this thing. It's like, all right, go to jail.
Yeah, dude.
And we're taking your gun. That was how it was there, and that was fucking 20 years ago, and they haven't
Australians
had
are
guns for
such
20
pussies,
years.
dude. And that's what
So
sucks is like all
you
my
have
favorite bands.
20-year-olds. No, Australians are some of the most badass motherfuckers out there.
But they're subservient. They don't care.
But yeah, they're just so subservient. They're prison culture, dude. Think about it. The first people that were put on Australia were like the prisoners. So they've been under prison rule.
Well, that's how, honestly, that's how California was too, because think about it, they're very similar. Both countries started from like massive like immigration for some sort of natural resource, and they both have great weather. So like the people there, they're like, oh, well, we don't really have any other struggles, and we're making a lot of money because we discovered gold or in, well, even on Australia. Do you know about the gold rush in Australia? That was why Australia was founded. It was right around the 1840s, I believe, and it was used as a prison colony up until then, whenever the true
it was like a
West
prison
Indies,
colony.
or like the true West Indies were settled by Britain, and they moved into Australia. But like when you think about it, people that don't have
people there at the time as well. But they
well, that's the deal. Is like when people settle into an area.
The British kicked out the indigenous people, and they kicked them over to West Australia.
Oh yeah, or in the outback, the Subaru outback. Yeah,
West Australia sucks. It's just like fucking
it's all
Australia.
desert. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, like they're pretty similar when you think about it, like California and Australia, because both people are, they don't really have any external struggles or like environmental struggles, I guess you would say.
They
and the
both
ones
have
that they do
super high
have are
minimum
like,
wages.
Oh yeah,
they both have
cost of living is insane.
Yeah, they both have over 25% of their taxes goes to like social programs or something. They're very like, yeah, oh, we need to take care of it's social program. It's a socialist society or something. I don't know. Is that a socialist?
Dude. Oh, well, it's like a different thing because it's like whenever people like bitch about like colonialism, like Australia is colonialism when you look at it, and it has its own problems, but it's not the problems that they have. They're like, colonialism is racist. It's like, okay, well, I mean, Australia's kind of racist. They moved in, pushed all the native people out, and now all the people that live there just oppressing into the fucking dirt, dude.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's literally like the U.S., but with prisoners at first. It's like, hey,
essentially, yeah,
we're the British, and we're going to take over this place, and we're going to send all of our prisoners here. Oh, sir, there's a whole bunch of people that live here. Well, fucking exterminate them.
Yeah, they're gone.
What
people? What are you talking
people? Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild too because what I was gonna say is people that are really happy with subservience have no idea what to do whenever like that's lifted. Like, have you seen all the shit going on with like the airlines like getting rid of the mask mandate, which I think is awesome. Like honestly, that is like 2 years too late. I think the coolest thing about that, dude, the coolest thing about all that is that as soon as that news broke, like mid-flight, the pilots were coming on and saying, "Take your masks off. It's not a thing anymore." That is so freaking cool. Like, they could have waited until they landed, all that stuff, but no, they were like mid-flight, and the flight attendants were like cheering. Like, it's awesome.
Because like Biden tried to extend it for 2 weeks, or the Biden administration. Biden is not controlling anything. Yeah.
Why didn't they shut that down 2 fucking years ago? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They tried to extend it 2 weeks, and then the fucking like courts basically ruled that it was like not in favor with like somebody's best, and they fucking made a ruling on it, and then that's why it got fucking lifted. Is not because of the president, I guess.
Yeah,
But then,
and you know
and all
what?
these news agencies framed it as Biden lifts mask mandates, and it was like, no, he literally tried. Not him because he's literally senile, but his administration tried to extend it, and then the courts ruled over him
Yeah. Well,
because
it's
we
wild
have a
too
balance of
because
powers and we have a democracy and
well
stuff.
the that's actually like the pivotal role of Florida is that I think it's what is it the Fifth District Supreme
The
Court is in
founders,
Florida, and
the founders,
that's what handles civil liberty cases for the most part is the Fifth.
Fifth
I know
Circuit.
the district number or whatever it is. I'm getting that
Mhm.
wrong, but whatever that district that is in,
The Fifth Circuit
I
is in
think
like Ohio
Tallahassee.
or something. Yeah,
Well,
but
based
yeah,
out of the Supreme Court in Tallahassee is what controls a lot of civil liberty stuff because they're like okay, well it's in the South. They've always had to deal with civil liberty issues. Tallahassee is like big population. It's better than Atlanta. Atlanta's disgusting. Blah blah blah.
I
Politicians
think
don't want to go
that,
to Atlanta. They want to go to Tallahassee, not Atlanta.
dude,
But
these
see, what's
these
crazy is that the judge that ruled that unconstitutional. Everybody's coming against her. It's like, oh, she's not experienced enough. There's no way she should be a judge. Blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, all these people that are so for women being empowered and having positions of power, things like that, are just all of a sudden completely against a woman speaking freely. Like dude, it's just a total clown show. It's been getting worse and worse by like the week, but it's more entertaining. But the more
it's not
entertaining
even
it
more
gets,
entertaining.
well,
No,
it
it's
gets it
to the
gets more
point where
depressing as
I
it is entertaining.
I'm just like, uh, I can't. I'm to the point where it's disbelief that this is like people actually look at it. Is it just because it's like shock content or something? Like
I think so, but like whenever you read
it's for
that's what's
attention.
weird is
That's what
whenever
it is.
the
It's for
actual
attention.
facts, whenever you could read the actual facts without any sort of like framing, and you read that and you're like, this is absurdism. That's
Dude,
where like that's Poe's law. It's the inability to be able to tell the difference between satire and real world because they've merged at this point.
it doesn't matter anymore, dude. I watched this fucking thing about how like Coachella is basically using capitalism as a vehicle for a fashion show or something.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
what it is.
cares about the music. Like it's
Did you
just a
see ASAP
vehicle.
Rocky got arrested today for attempted murder when he was flying to Coachella by the U.S. Marshals because apparently back in November he did like a drive-by shooting or something, and he didn't kill the person. He just like nicked them, and the dude like finally, I guess the investigation finally showed that ASAP Rocky shot the guy, and which is wild. Could you imagine being worth like $35 million and just going around like shooting people? Like that's insane. You came from Houston, like ASAP
You
Rocky
gotta
has a really good story. Like he has like
you
he
gotta pay for somebody to do that whenever you're fucking ASAP
yeah.
Rocky, dude. You
Yeah,
got a recognizable face, motherfucker.
I know that's so crazy. Well, and it's crazy because all those rappers, like whenever they have like cool cars, they're always very specific. Like oh god, oh like Young Dolph. Remember he had the camo Corvette with Tiffany blue wheels. Like that's a horrible color combination, but it's so recognizable. So it's like, oh, if somebody hates you, they know exactly where to find you, and that's how he got killed.
LHS 763. That's my license plate number, and that's where you find
Mm-hmm.
me. They
Hey,
rap
dude,
about
that was hard. That was hard.
that.
But seriously, that's pretty. That's kind of shitty too, because like I felt like Young Dolph, like he was really smart. He was always like for the people. He had like a bunch of charity work and stuff he did. That
That's because
was
he was
really a sad
old,
one.
bro.
Well, I know,
That,
but that's a sad one. He like same thing with Nipsey Hussle.
that
Like
motherfucker
it's always
went out
the
shooting though.
well,
Hey,
it's
here's the
always like the
difference.
philanthropists. It's always the people that help people that get killed.
Here's the difference. Young Dolph had been making music for like 30 years or some bullshit like that. And no, well, basic. This is an over exaggeration, but
It's
he
true.
probably got fucking diagnosed with asshole cancer or something, and he just went out shooting. What do you think about? Oh, nice. It's
Oh,
not
these are
bright
my
enough here.
potatoes. I need to top these or like hill them. You know what I mean? Or like you put the mounds on them. And then I have another row of potatoes. Chance gave me a bunch of those purple potatoes, and
Oh
so
shit,
I planted a row of those too.
dude, I'm getting
I'm
some.
trying to beat him.
My neighbor is giving me some Thai potatoes, Thai sweet potatoes, and they're
Oh hell
purple.
yeah!
They're purple, so they're like purple potatoes too, maybe.
I have a dude. Sweet potatoes apparently are way harder to grow than normal potatoes. Like you have to sprout them in a cup of water, like you know how you do like a pineapple seed or an avocado,
He's just
because
gonna
you get the slips. You have to get the slips off of them. If
he's
you
just
grow them
gonna
from a
dig
seed
one up
potato,
for me. Oh, okay.
well, if you take them from a seed potato, they won't grow as many if you just take the slip, because the slip, the first thing it wants to do is just grow a shitload of roots, and that's what sweet potatoes are. But with a regular potato, they multiply at a great, like a much higher rate than sweet potatoes do. So like sweet potatoes, you have to be kind of careful with them. But the best thing about sweet potatoes is you can grow them in any soil compared to a regular potato.
Dude, if
Like
you grow them in
potatoes are picky.
so there's these people that do you remember the video I sent you? It's like that grass guy on fucking YouTube. What is his name?
Well, yeah, and have you
He
seen
lives down in Sarasota.
like the
Grass
really big Australian guy that's always like, look at this fruit. You know
Oh
the guy?
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I listen,
self-sustainable
dude.
me.
Yeah, self-sustainable me. He put out
I
a
love that guy.
podcast today. He put out
No
a
way.
podcast today on Spotify, and it's about fucking it's the 100th episode of it's episode 100, How to Compost Correctly, featuring Mark Valence or whatever, the
Yeah, that guy's
self-sufficient
cool.
guy. Valencia
Dude, I've
from
actually, I don't know if
Self-Sufficient.
it's just because
It's
I've
on
gotten like
Spotify.
older.
I'll send it to you. It's
I, d-
hilarious. I listened to it earlier.
Dude, I have been watching so many like middle-aged guy like vloggers on YouTube recently, and I don't know if it's just because like I'm getting older, so like I don't care about like in-your-face entertainment. I'm more interested with I don't know if you can hear the police helicopter up there, but see it above my head.
Dude, there was a
Birds.
police helicopter above my house earlier today, and I was FaceTiming with my mom, and I was like, "Fuck you!" I was just out in the backyard yelling because it was like 100 foot above my house. I'm like, "What
Oh,
in the fuck is this
you
dude
know what's also
doing?
really
This
cool
guy's
is
retarded, and he's driving
since
a
it's
helicopter."
springtime now, the National Guard likes to fly their F-18s at 1 a.m. So I'll hear them
That's
landing,
fucked.
and it's just as loud as dude. It drives me insane. But
Dude, how high how high do I own in the sky? I have this house here in Florida, and I don't live in an HOA. How high is my air space?
what's the tallest point of your roof? That's about it.
I couldn't put a big flagpole in my house. What's the tallest American flag I could hang in my backyard? How many feet?
Without registering it with the FAA, I'm not sure about Florida, but federally it's 220 feet. So anything above 220 feet has to be registered with the FAA, so like they can put it on
Oh,
their map showing planes. There's an
God
obstruction right
damn, you're
there,
smart,
and
dude.
then
Fuck.
you also have to have a marker light on top. No, actually, I learned that because I took this guy out to lunch last week, and he racked up a what was it, $82 sushi bill for a lunch because he's like, oh shit, I'm taking this shit home to my family. And you know those people. Have you taken those people out to
Yeah,
lunch before? That they get like the family pack when you take them
yeah.
out. Yeah, and he's a cool guy though. But
It
something
was
on their
probably really
project that they're doing,
affordable
he's a
too.
network engineer, and something they're doing
Oh
is
yeah.
the FAA light network for cell towers. And so whenever like they get a service ticket when one of those lights goes out, and then they're listed by priority based on how high up it is and shit like that. And he said some of those, like if it's bad weather, you have to change it with a helicopter because you can't have somebody go up that high. And they also they've been hiring drone pilots, but apparently these drone pilots make for one call, which takes about 4 hours, just to do an inspection of a tower, $4,500 bill. Could you imagine
Dang.
that? Just flying a drone for like half a day, $4,500, dude. That's sick.
That's like probably doing wedding photos or something. Yeah, with the drone.
Well, that's the deal. Is like you have to have a like secret clearance in a lot of this shit for. Well, you probably know for like those RF techs and things like that. Like a lot of them,
Mm.
depending on what network it is, but if it's a network that's used also by like
Oh,
the State
Spectrum. That's
Department
what
or
it is.
something, if it's used
Dude,
by the State Department, you have to have a secret clearance to work on any of their hardware. It's insane.
I just got lit on some inside shit, and I'm gonna reveal it for the whole world because I
Okay,
don't really give a fuck. But I was
I got
talking
the
to
bleep button
this
ready.
person earlier, and this person works for Dish. Dish
Oh, they
apparently,
got the
like
hopper. They got the hopper.
Dish apparently, what they did laid off all of their employees in like 2020. Next thing that they did, panic hired a whole bunch of people. These people are so dumb. So Dish owns a Spectrum.
I didn't know that. They're mostly on the East Coast, right?
No, they own a Spectrum. So the
not the company Spectrum. You know what I'm
not the
talking about, though,
company.
right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But they own this Spectrum that beams up to space, and the FCC said you have to have it 20% capacity. Basically today. 6 months ago they said this, but
As far
basically
as
by
their
today,
bandwidth directed in that
you have to
particular
have it at
direction.
20% capacity.
Are you sure you're not talking about
by
a
420.
frequency vector? Is that what you're talking about? Like they own a certain airspace where they can shoot
No,
towards
they
the
own
GPS.
a spectrum. You know how like radio waves work, and
Yeah,
like
so they own a
So-
certain band of frequencies. That's what they own. Is like a proprietary frequency.
yeah, it's called the proprietary frequency is called a spectrum. They
That's
own
cool.
a spectrum that they beam
Dude, that's
to
really
space.
cool.
But
How do I patent one of those?
the FCC said you got to have it at 20% capacity. This was 6 months ago, and it expired
Capacity
today
of what?
on
Bandwidth?
420. Yeah, of bandwidth. They're at like 1.5%. And I talked to this lady today. She was like, "Yeah, I was on a phone call, and we had this guy from the like HQ office that won this deal with like Comcast or something." And he just said, "Fuck you, fuck your company." And they were on a call with Comcast, and he started kicking all the Comcast employees out of it. And then they just started firing everybody basically, and then just dropping the F-bomb.
But
So I guess
y'all
Woody
are
needs a
out of
job
here,
or
bro.
something.
Sorry. Shit, but what I was about to say was, yeah, dude, you just own like one of those That's crazy. I didn't know that like broadband actually worked that way because when you think about it, especially if you're running like a satellite service, like what that sounds like it is, dude.
No, this is like a fiber. It was a fiber ran internet spectrum connection. So like
Oh,
a
okay.
spectrum is like what an internet base is, and Dish tried to break into that market or something.
Instead
And
of
like,
satellite, they were running land,
yeah, they were
like
running
trying
that
to buy up right of ways
kind of
and shit
stuff.
like that.
And then like the FCC was like, you basically use it or lose it. And then they're like, all right, well, we got to get all this infrastructure stood up. PA, yeah, we'll set it up there. We'll have it at 20%. And they go out there, and then they fire all of their employees, and then they have new employees come in that are way incompetent, that don't know what the fuck they're doing at all. And then they just enter into this deal, and they're like, oh, Verizon owns all these towers. And then they fucking basically burn a bridge with Verizon, and then like Comcast is their only hope. And they have to go because
So
they've
it's
already
like
pissed
networks
off
are like super
Verizon.
territorial. Then like they
Yeah.
all every time they even get anywhere close to each other, they start like
Well,
negotiating
because
bullshit.
if you're like homies, like say like, oh, I work for T-Mobile, and there's like some Verizon fucking fiber already laid here, you can use that Verizon lease. If you're like, hey, I know somebody that works at Verizon, you call them, you're like, hey, can you open up this lease for me? They're like, hell yeah. And then they just like send over, it's like one fucking like email, and you like
Email.
can sign it basically like digitally in a PDF. You sign it, and then they can circumnavigate the whole leasing process through like a policymaker and a zoning manager and all
Yeah,
this
dude,
shit to like
all
own the
the
right
permits,
with like the
all that stuff.
FCC, all the permitting. Yeah, all the permitting is like a headache. It is like the
Well, that's the
biggest
deal.
headache.
Every time I've seen Sam recently, I try to talk to him about that stuff so I can learn a little bit more about it because I've never met anybody that understands like the contractual aspect of that. Because if I were to ever buy land in like a remote area, first thought in my mind would either be oil drills or pumps. Well, first you got to drill and then you get a pump, blah blah blah. Or cell tower, which seems a lot easier as long as you got like a stable internet connection. But the only thing is that they got to run like the equivalent of like 100 terabyte versus like, gigabit, like 100 terabit. There's its own unit. I forgot what it's called, but basically you have to run that much data like into the middle of nowhere, which I don't even know. That's like that's tens, if not hundreds of $1 million project if you live in like, North Dakota or some shit. But, you can also get a big ass lease out of that. Didn't you say like your one of your family members or something has like a lease like that where they have like a chunk of land with like cell tower on it or something?
Oh yeah. That's like it might be a little loud out here actually. Can you still? Yeah, you can still.
Yeah,
See me?
I can hear you just fine. I can hear and
Oh,
see
okay.
you just fine.
Gang, I think it's because I'm wearing this headset outside. But my
I
neighbors
didn't even
are
know.
playing
That's
music.
hilarious. Wait, are you using your computer or is that your phone?
It's my computer, dude.
You're just walking around. I see the blue street light. That's
It's a
hilarious.
shitty computer. I really don't give a fuck about this computer. This thing is ancient. I don't know how it's working outside of my house.
Okay, so
It's probably about to die because I just unplugged it. Marty!
We need to connect with your brother on building like good computers. I need to build a
He's
nice
studying
computer.
for finals right now, actually, dude. Like, so
Oh, what the
he's
hell,
kind of
dude?
got his head in the clouds.
Isn't it
Marty!
crazy when you're not in school, you don't realize that like right now is like the end of the school year. You're just like, oh, it's almost summer. I'm still working. Duh. I've
Let me
determined my
pause this
expense.
so I can cuss out my dog really quick.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
She came right back inside.
Hell yeah. Good girl.
Good girl. Good girl. Oh my goodness. You want a treat,
He's
baby?
like, okay, just don't
Don't
spray
hit
me
me
with
again.
anything.
Don't hit me again.
I'm a big bitch. Yeah, that's right. I'm huge. I'm a big bitch.
Let's see if I
I
can get
spend
her
my
to.
money on shoes. I'm a big bitch.
Let's see if I can get her to lay down on camera because I just caught her on Sunday.
Oh, hell
But we
yeah.
got her down.
This is like the good girls' school of dog.
Oh fuck! I can't even zip this up.
School of good doggery.
This is the worst Ziploc baggie I think I've ever encountered.
Oh, yeah, check this out. I got a new tie rod for my Jeep I got to put in.
Oh well,
I don't
fuck!
know what
I
to
was
do with
gonna
it,
just
though.
show my dog trying to lay down, dude.
Oh, well, good. Oh, okay. Good
All
girl.
right, sit. Is she in camera?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I see her belly.
lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Sit. Lay down. All right. Good girl.
Good girl.
Good
Woo!
girl.
Good girl. Woof, woof, woof.
Good girl. Such a good girl. Dude, see? Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy? She's a
that's
smart
kind of a
dog.
casual,
I
lay down.
I know, but she literally didn't know what the fuck she didn't know what the fuck
Yeah.
like that fucking meant whenever I first got her.
Well,
She's
don't
a
you?
shelter dog, dude.
You usually gotta you put like a
She's like
treat
a
like
half
underneath
pit
their
bull, dude.
belly or something.
What?
Because whenever you teach them to lay down, you just like get them to sit, and then you put like a treat underneath their belly, and then like drag it on the floor or something, don't you?
I had never heard of that.
Oh yeah, because like they'll just do it naturally. Like if you put like a little treat like underneath her belly when she's just sitting, and then you pull it towards your feet, and then say lay down, they'll usually like slide down and try to get the treat and then lay down. That's how we used to train like our little dogs, and they were like retarded, dude. Like schnauzers, they're stupid. They're
Look,
hard to train.
she's staying over there.
Oh, that's good.
Look at that.
Tell her
All right.
to stay, and then give her a treat.
She's done ate the treat about 5 minutes ago. All right, get up.
Dang,
Stand.
good girl.
Come on. All right, sit. Look at that, dude. No, even I don't even have a treat in hand. Good girl.
Wait.
You're such a good baby. You can stand up. Come on, let's go lay down. She like
Dude,
understands English, bro. That's weird.
that speaker that you have in your living room, the big boombox with the red little Johns on it. You know what I'm saying?
The speaker. Oh yeah.
Okay, you know what that reminds me of? I don't know if you're gonna get this, but Native Man 2409. Do you follow him on his? Well, probably not. Dude, I gotta send you this
Never
guy's
heard of him.
profile. Dude, you're gonna love this guy. Are you on Instagram?
I'll get on it if you recommend to me to look at something. I'll look at it.
Okay, dude, this guy's awesome. His name is Native Man 2409, and he has a YouTube channel too. But you know, he's like a middle-aged guy. He's from like Virginia, and he can't spell stuff very good. But he's also a trucker.
You
But
can't
whenever he's at
spell.
home, no, can't spell. Like he has
Spell.
like,
I was
yeah,
like, this
dude.
guy has a disability, but yeah,
I'll
this guy has a disability. All right.
I'll send you the link. But all he does is yeah, he just has like a excuse me. He has like a Casio keyboard and then like a karaoke machine with like a big ass speaker like you have that it like lights up and like does like spins and all that like the speakers do. But he has a
I
great
have one of
voice
those
like
over
for
here.
the 80s. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but this guy, you would think he's just like goofy or something, but his voice is like it reminds you of like Billy Idol or something like that. It's crazy. But he's like really good, but all of his like recordings are super low quality, all this stuff. And he's always like begging for money and like threatening to kill himself. Uh, but dude, he's great. He's great. I'll send you his Instagram and then his YouTube channel. I think you will love it. It's fantastic.
Are
But that's
you
just something
running
that I
these
curated
accounts or
recently.
something?
No, dude, like every
I
now
feel
and
like
then I'll
that's
just
something
kind of
you would
go.
do. I feel like you would set up a fucking fake Instagram and a fake
No,
YouTube
this
account,
isn't me, dude.
and
This
then
this
just
is a real guy.
plug it on fucking this pod, dude.
No, dude, I haven't met this guy, but it's awesome. Somebody else found him on Instagram and actually like went and visited him just to like see what the deal was. And the guy responded as like, "Oh, one of my fans came to see me. I can't believe I have such great fans." And it was like they were there just to kind of make fun of you a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like when a podcast goes and finds somebody from like a
Hey,
viral video, like
all
Tosh Point Up. You know what I mean?
all
Like Tosh Point Up.
publicity is good publicity, dude.
That's right. That is right. And I actually like I've at several points like been like, hey, I'm gonna DM this guy and like buy one of his albums from him because he's always like, I'll ship you a CD, $10, just Venmo me. I'm like, dude, that's a great deal. That'd be awesome to
Yeah,
have. I could show people that for the rest of my life. It's like, you ever heard of Native Man 2409? Have you ever heard of him?
dude, and then
And then
sell it for $1,000 on eBay because it's
oh
lost
yeah.
media or something.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch to my Wi-Fi really quick, so I might cut out for a
I think
second.
my dog is lactating.
That's disgusting. That is what the fuck? Why would you say that? What are you doing to find that out right now? Are you squeezing?
I'm petting her stomach, just like rubbing her stomach, and it's kind of moist.
Oh no,
No,
dude, dogs
it
sweat
wasn't.
like crazy.
No, it wasn't
Dogs
moist
sweat a lot.
whenever I first started petting her, though.
Oh, as soon as you said that, I got an email that said Jimmy Jones is hiring.
Oh,
Cool. Dude, what
whoa!
the fuck is
You can get
happening?
some. You can get a smelly side of tuna, dude. At
I
that
just
place.
connected to my Wi-Fi and I just got like no shit, 40 different email notifications pop up on the top of my screen.
Oh, Outlook has been bugging, bro.
No, this was well, it was the Apple Mail app, but it was my Gmail that's attached to it or like tethered to it. I don't know how that works. Dude, Apple phones have started getting shitty. Like, have you seen like all the stuff you can do now? It's too much like an Android. Like, I don't like how it just offers you too many features and that uses up way too much like GPU usage, or CPU, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, it just uses too much processing power for all these options that like nobody fucking uses. Like I don't need folders to like dictate which type of calculator app I want to use. Oh, do I want to use the orange one today or the one that's more of like a plum.
But
Like, it's
you
like, what
talk
the
to
what?
anybody that's been a project manager for like 30 years, they're like, you don't think I don't know how to manage my email? They know every little fucking nook and cranny of like Outlook, and
I hate that.
they only use it just to piss other people off that don't use it.
Do you want
No,
to
it's
know
like,
my number
well,
one?
I sent you an Outlook invite, and it's like, well, this guy's using fucking Gmail. Like, and he's
Dude,
like
I
a
don't
field
know
tech that has never used a phone in his life.
exactly. Like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm an expert, and you don't even know how to like. They send you an email that's all caps. Like, I have 50 years experience. It's like, damn, you should be in a nursing home. You know,
Shit.
like, damn, why are you still working, bro? Are things all right? Like, are you okay?
They're
And
just
yeah,
they're
but
just upset with their job search that nobody will hire them.
dude, yeah, it just blows my mind. Like the audacity of some people are just like completely illiterate. But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was gonna be pretty good, but I just completely lost it. So you might want to remind me what you were talking about before the technically illiterate people.
Technically, oh, lactating dogs before it.
Oh yeah, okay. So she's yeah, okay. I said dogs sweat a lot, but is she like spayed all the way, or did they just kind of like halvesy it? Just half do
I
it.
don't know, but her vag is pretty big, dude. I think she might have had puppies, or maybe like a miscarriage or something.
Um,
Or
hmm.
she might have got raped as like a little puppy or something.
No, some dogs just have huge pussies, especially whenever they have like really short hair.
She's got a
Dude,
big vag,
as soon
dude.
as I said that, Bruce just freaked out. As soon as I said some dogs have huge pussies, and I just heard him slam on the floor like off the mattress, like
Dude, I
running straight
swear
this way.
this dog is made for Bruce, bro. This will be Bruce's little bitch.
Did you hear that? He just
Yeah,
barked.
I'd heard that. That's
Dude,
hilarious.
Bruce is hilarious. We took him to my parents one time, and my dad was like, "Wait, that's a boy dog?" And it's like you can't even tell he has a dick, dude. Like he has the smallest dick for any dog I've ever seen. It's hilarious. It's kind of nice though, because it's not like imposing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
it's
you
bred
don't want
for
to stare at a
small.
red.
They're,
Like you know
they're
those dogs that
breeding
just have.
dogs for small
Well, you know,
dicks.
like people that have those dogs that just have like a red rocket constantly. It's like, God damn, get that fucking thing away from me. You know, it's like that's disgusting. But like him, never happens. Very gender neutral animal.
I guess so. Dude, I remember whenever I was younger, Austin's had like this fucking beagle. It was named like Buster or something, and I would say, "Hey,
Mustard.
Mustard, hey, catch up, Mustard, let's catch up." Or
Catch up,
yeah.
mustard.
But that dog would always
That's
fucking. I have
hilarious.
a video on my phone of that dog just humping my leg. It would hump everything, and it had a big old ball sack and a big old cock.
That's too bad, man.
Dude, I think
Sorry.
that like the beagles or not the basset hounds it was a
Oh
basset
yeah,
hound.
because they're always like,
Yeah,
dude, they're like the dumbest dog.
whenever I lived in Kansas, there was this little at my neighbor's house. His name was Jackson, and we were both like fucking super young. We were in like third grade. We were in third grade, and he had a basset hound, and it would go up the stairs, and it had huge balls. And every time it would go up the stairs, his ball sack would like hit the stairs, and it would go
Oh.
every stair because it just hit its balls on the stairs. It just had these
That's fantastic.
massive balls. It's like they were like, we don't want to remove them or something. That's what my mom said, but like I do remember that dog having huge balls. It was like dragging on the they would drag on the ground and they would have to like put fucking Neosporin on them. I'd go over to Jackson's house and they're putting Neosporin on a dog's balls, dude. I'm in like third grade. I'm like, whoa. I'm very
That's
interested
fantastic.
because they would like drag on the ground. They like bred this dog for balls, dude. I'm telling you.
That is the funniest thing on earth, dude. Just you just walk in and rub Neosporin on a dog's bowl.
Yeah, dude, because they would like drag on the concrete when they would take it for a walk. The dog's balls would literally just, and you know how thin ball sack skin is. So dude, that shit was like
And they're
about
like
to
covered in
fall out.
fur too.
You know what? Well, they had to get it stitched up one time because it got
That's
fucking
hilarious.
so the skin got so thin because they've been dragging on the floor that a ball busted out of the sack and they had to go to the vet to get it stitched.
Dude, my mom told me a story one time. My grandparents had this little dog, and they were backing out of the garage, and the dog stuck its head in between the wheel and like the side of the garage door, and it like popped one of its eyes out. So like my grandpa and my uncle spent like 3 hours with Vaseline trying to pop this dog's eye back in, and they finally got it, and then it lived for like another 10 years. Isn't that weird? But it's could you imagine like a wheel like moving and it's like up against the wall and it like
Yeah.
smushes? Yeah, that's what happened. But they did it. It just took about 2 hours.
Dang, dude. A
I
bunch
love
of
stories
Vaseline.
like that because it's like 2 hours. Like it probably took a lot longer than that, and it was probably a terrifying process.
Dude,
That
that
was
dog would have
probably
been freaking out, I bet.
oh
They were
yeah,
probably pinning that thing down. That or they
just
just
eyeballs flapping around everywhere.
poured a bunch of whiskey down its throat, maybe.
Fucking dogs, dude. People will do anything for dogs. Yeah, yeah. Oh my
I got
goodness,
this one
yeah.
for free, dude. I didn't really do much
Free
for it.
dog.
I did buy this $70 dog bed that I have my feet in right now because it's just a glorified foot cushion now.
I gotta buy a cat crate so I can take the kitty to the vet at some point. She needs to get some shots. So I can put
For
her in
what?
a like whenever I travel, if I take her to like a kennel to like keep her there,
Mm-hmm.
they have to be like up to date on their shots. And I don't think she's had shots since she was a kitty. And I just want to make sure she's all right. I actually care about this cat. She's cool.
Oh, okay. Well, if you
Just
care
make sure
about it.
everything's good. Cause
Hey, I
she
know
acts weird.
motherfuckers here in Florida that'll leave their cats alone in their house for a week.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you don't like spoil them leading up to when you leave. So like I feed her twice a day. So what I need to
Mhm.
start doing is just give her enough food for 2 days at a time, and then get her used to that, and then 3 days, and then once I leave for like
Mhm.
5 days, then it's fine. I just leave her like 5 days worth of food, just she won't like overeat or freak out or whatever. The only thing though is you got to make
Yeah.
sure they have plenty of water because like
But that's not healthy for
her
them really either, I
when
guess.
her
But
water gets low, she tries to like flip it over. So like if I was gone and she flipped
mhm.
over her water, like on the first day, she just wouldn't have water for like a week. But
Well,
who knows?
what if you just went to Walmart? They sell those like little jug. Well, you could probably just fucking make one. You could get like a
Oh,
gallon
I know what you're
jug
talking
and
about. Yeah,
flip it
I need to get
upside
one of those.
down. No, you could
I
literally
didn't know.
make one. Just get you know those big gallon Ozarka containers?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? You just get them for like $1.29, dude, at like
If I did
Walmart.
one of those, I'd probably, well, honestly, I'd probably just
No,
buy one of those,
you
like,
flip it upside down in like the
yeah,
cat bowl, but you
it's like a
like
bubbler deal.
basically you have to like fucking put something up there to like hold it into place, and you could
It's
build
like
something out of wood.
I
You
forgot
could
what it's
put you
called.
could put you could put two pieces of wood, and make like a fucking gravity fed
Bong.
thing.
It is 420.
No,
A
water
gravity bong
thing.
for the cat. Yeah,
Gravity filter for
but
death.
no, that's actually a good idea because what I was thinking too is I could just buy one of those, and if I'm worried about her flipping it over, I could just screw it to like a big like 1 by 12 board,
Hmm.
and just like put some little rubber feet underneath it, and just like screw the water thing on top of it so she couldn't like flip it over or anything. Um, that'd be a
True.
good idea. Because yeah, that's we were gonna go to Alabama next month, but I guess we're not gonna go now because like half of her family canceled. Um, so I'm still taking off work that weekend, so I might come down to Tampa. We'll see. What about like the we'll have to talk about this for
Yeah.
like the week of like May 22nd, somewhere around there. We'll see. I
Sounds
don't know.
good. I
Dude,
think there was
airline
something
tickets are
about.
very expensive right now.
Oh, do you want to see Miranda Lambert or something? Wait.
Dude, I love Miranda Lambert. Like, no shit, I
Really?
love
She's
Miranda
gonna
Lambert.
be
Yeah.
here that week, actually.
No way. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Haley was trying to convince me to buy tickets. They're like fucking $25, I think.
No way. I was about to say
They're
they're
like
probably like
they're $25.
$300.
No, they're like 30 or 20, 25 or 30. I think they're 30, and then you probably have to pay like a door fee or something. It's
And then
probably gonna be like
there's like a
40 all in.
$75 service fee,
Yeah,
online fee,
then you're
credit
gonna have
card
to buy it.
fee.
Then you're gonna have to buy like three $10 beers. You're gonna be at $70 there
No,
already.
you're gonna be at $400 by the time it's said and done. You're required to spend $200 on merch from the opening band, and the opening
Yeah,
band is just like a
yeah, they
bunch
give
of
you
like
these tickets for really cheap, but you have to buy the fucking nipple tassels.
they
Miranda
give
Lambert.
you 10 country coins, and those country coins can only be exchanged at the T-shirt stand, and all
Well, you
the
have to pay
T-shirts are 1 country coin,
you have to
and you have to
buy
pay $100.
yeah, you have to buy tickets for the coins first to
And
exchange
a,
them.
a
But the
20
tickets, they only accept $100 bills or something.
well, and every single time you spend
They have
one
a
of those
they have an
tickets,
ATM that only dispenses $100 bills, but it charges you like $12.50 because nobody has
oh
$100.
yeah, well, and see that's the
So
thing
like,
too.
and then you're
Every
like
time you spend a
parking or
ticket, every time you spend a ticket, there's a 25% tip required, and it has to be a cash tip, or you can use. They have Square payment systems, so you can scan your credit card, and they take the new EMV chip or touchless, so you can just tap and go
Neuralink.
your Chase Business Rewards card, and fucking or whatever, and just charge it to the real estate company. I'm gonna get charged with embezzlement, that type of thing.
The
Exactly.
girl I'm here with is an Instagram model that only cares about these tickets for pictures.
Yeah, it's spray for pay.
He's wearing a backwards hat and he's balding halfway down his head.
Dude, guys with ponytails, man. Let me tell you,
I'm about to get one, dude.
dude. I was actually trying to grow my hair out, but I have to go to a wedding weekend after next. So I got to get a haircut. My hair's getting long. It's pretty gross.
You're not gonna believe the grossness here, dude.
I've been trying out so get this. Tell me if it sounds crazy, but not using shampoo at all. All you use is like a scalp brush every day. All you do in the shower is just brush your hair with like one of those like horsehair brushes, and that's it.
That sounds like a horsehair or boar's head. Boar's
You know
head
what I'm
meat.
talking about? Like
Oh,
a scalp
boar's
brush,
bristle. Boar's bristle.
like what
The
you use to
wave.
get waves. Yeah,
Yeah,
to
like
get
the
waves.
wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just use one. I don't even know if you could use one of those at this point. You're kind of screwed,
No, it's really long, dude.
dude. If
And
you
it's
take a
so
shower,
curly.
it must stay wet all day, right? Like it just stays wet all day.
No, not really. I mean, the sun dries it out pretty quick, dude.
Why haven't you? It's long enough for you to get some locks going. Why don't you try that out?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but
Dude, that's longer than it's ever been before. I've never seen it that long ever.
dude, it is so fucking long. Like it
That's
is.
crazy.
It's
I
in
just
the
hope
back,
you
dude.
could have like right
Wiggly.
now, if you wanted to, you could have the coolest mullet of all time if
I
you
know.
wanted to. Like, but that's the only bad thing is like mullets are kind of going out of style now. They're not like funny anymore. They're just like, oh, that's kind of played out. You
I
know what I
want to
mean?
get like the fucking Florida Dookie dreads where it's like fucking four things on my
Oh
head.
yeah.
It's all sticking
Or
up.
like the Snoop Dogg, where it's like the ones that like they look like anal beads. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, with all the rubber bands, like that type of shit.
No,
Or like
basically,
all real monsters.
I think I'm gonna take like a 2 week vacation, and then I'm gonna probably drive to Oklahoma, and I'm gonna take my dog with me. And before I come up, I'm gonna get my hair done by like one of these ghetto black ladies around here, and I'm just gonna get
Oh
it
yeah,
fucking done up. Dude, I might get a fucking purple dread or something, dude. Who knows?
yeah. Get the yarn.
Yeah,
Get the
I'll
yarn
get
in
some
your
fucking
dream.
shit weaved in, dude. I'll get a weave, bro. I don't give a
Get yeah,
fuck.
dude. No, Dude, I want to see you have
I'll get
braids all the way down your back, all the, like purple and black braids all the way down your back to your your waistline, dude. That'd be like
That would
4-foot
be
braids.
sick.
Well, and not like normal braids, like the big fat ones. You know what I mean? Like a reggae braid, like the ones that are like the size of a baseball bat, basically, just huge.
I know
ass
a couple
braids,
weave stores around here.
looking like
dude.
Jar Jar
I know a
Binks.
couple. I know there's a couple right by my crib that sell these fucking weaves in the window.
We got hair in our window.
And I swear to God, I can take a picture of it tomorrow.
Dude, I can't wait to come down there again. I just love the culture, bro. I just love driving around and seeing those mannequins.
Yeah. Dude, they put them out every day. Oh, he lost. Well, happy birthday, everybody. Let's see what happened. Oh.
I'm back. I'm using my computer now. My phone died again. That happened last week too.
I put up a screen that said technical difficulties.
I saw that.
Countdown.
I'm just using my laptop now with my phone chargers. Yeah, dude, I gotta get a new phone soon. That thing dies.
Oh, dude, just sign up for the Apple plan. You can give yourself as a wage slave.
Well, I think I owe, as far as like I financed my phone, I think I owe like $200 more. So it's like 3 more months and then I can get a new one. But like the new one's going to come out in September and that's like 5 more months away. So I might as well just wait for that. Or like October, whenever, isn't it like September, October, they always have like the new shit come out?
I think it's like October. Yeah, I think that's like the main month.
Yeah. Bullshit. But yeah,
I think they have their conference and they announce it in like September.
And then it comes out like a month later, or you can pre-order it, or who knows what it's going to be like with the chip shortage and shit? Because apparently a lot of the iPhone, what was it, 12s or whatever it was, were already made like pre-pandemic, I guess. Like they're made in 2019, and they announced it in 2020, and then you couldn't get it until like mid 2021 if you wanted a nice one. And then, but that's how it always is. Like the most popular one, it's like, oh, this one's like a 6-month wait period. And then people will be like, oh, well, I'll just buy one on eBay for $7,000.
Are you sure you don't want it in any other color besides space gray?
Yeah, it doesn't really.
No, I'm not getting gold, you asshole.
You get a cool case. Like I got one of those leather cases, like you had or still have. I don't know.
I still have it. Yeah.
I have one of those leather cases, and I've had it for like almost 2 years now, and it's got like a cool like patina on it.
Was it like just the regular like tan leather one when you got it?
No, it was the dark blue leather.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
It still smells like leather, but it also smells like weed. So, because like I'll smoke a joint, and that leather just absorbs whatever smell. You know what I mean?
Because I'll be at work sometimes, and I'll be like, "What is that weed smell?" And it's my phone. It is. Like, it's the phone case, which is terrible because like I hand people my phone all the time, and like, here, listen to this, and it's like just boom, just blowing up in your face. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, you just have this bag of weed in the back of your phone case you forgot about, or something.
Like one of those super small Coke bags. Those are like super tiny. That's like, dude, that's even more incriminating than a bigger bag. You know what I mean? Like it's like, damn, this guy has a problem. He has that like half a bump in his phone case. Are you fucking serious? Yeah, that's not a place you want to be in. That's a bad spot. Yeah. Damn,
I think those are actually used for like meth, dude.
I know.
Or, like crack.
Like if somebody finds that, like in your and it also depends on where it's placed. Like if it's in your shoe, like damn, you're going to prison, dude. Like if it just falls out of your pocket, then
it's in your bra. These aren't my pants, dude. Or whatever.
Dude, every time I hear about somebody having something in their bra, I just remember that one time there was that girl that had all the change.
Yeah.
Grandma. I wasn't even there for that, but that's the best story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it was like piss pouring rain, and we just fucking looked. She went to go use the pay phone at Quick Trip, and with all these quarters that she had stole. And then we just left her. We just ditched her. We Cody met this bitch off of like Tinder, and we drove like fucking 35 minutes in like the piss poor rain. It was like a fucking tornado watch out, you know. It was like a bad thunderstorm. And yeah, and then we just left her at a Quick Trip because she had so much change. Well, she had so much change. We were making fun of her whenever she got out to use the payphone, and then Cody got embarrassed, and he's like, "All right, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave her." He just left her. But whenever we went and picked her up, dude, like we went into like some trailer park.
Yeah,
and the mom was like actually like a grandma that was like a different skin color. Was yelling at her not to leave. She hopped in.
Dude, I love whenever I remember those adventures, like whenever you're just riding with somebody else and you're just stuck doing whatever the hell. I remember it might have been with Cody, might have been with Joel actually.
I think it was one Joel. Of them.
He's like, so yeah, we were like gonna go play like disc golf or something, but then like it just like took too long, and then it got dark, and so we're like, okay, screw it, we'll go play pool. And like I parked somewhere, and then I was just like, yeah, I'll go ride with him. And he's like, oh, well, I got to go pay this dude back really quick. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, oh, I just owe this guy money, so I'm going to go pay him back. I was like, what the fuck does that, like, that's even worse. And we went to some trailer park, and I want to say like over by Sand Springs somewhere. I'm not sure, but it was, no, it wasn't Sand Springs. No, it was Tusa, because it was literally the middle of a field. It was completely flat. And it was just like this giant gravel parking lot in a field with a bunch of RVs parked in it. And like some of them were like legit like single wide trailers, but a lot of them were like RVs. And he just like
junkyard basically.
He got out of his car, took his keys with him, and just like left. I think it was me and Matt. Like left us in his car.
I'm pretty sure it was Matt. I think Matt told me about this, maybe.
Yeah, and dude, we were like, he was in there for like an hour and a half, and I was like, yeah, that dude probably just stabbed him and killed him. And we didn't have his keys or anything. It's like, I don't even know where
we are just stuck. Yeah.
Like, we're in the middle of nowhere, dude. And then finally he came out and he's like, oh, yeah, dude, we were just catching up. And, like, clearly he had taken, like, 8 shots or some shit. Like, they were in there just partying without, like, literally, he just ditched us in his car. And then, like, we were just like, yeah, just take us back to where we came from. And then, like, we just, like, it was just a waste of, like, 4 hours. It was insane.
That's like when we went out to like fucking Blue Hole or something.
Well, do you remember like
I might have went with Matt, but we went out there and
oh yeah, he's like, can I get my money back?
Yeah,
we were only here for like 30 minutes. We got
like
before closing because guess what? He had to deal drugs.
he was driving there, fucking crunching up a straw, something in a straw and snorting it.
Dude, that was wild, man. And he literally was telling the lady, like,
You're
we're here for like 30 minutes. Can I get like half that? And dude, it was like $8. He was freaking out over like $8. He wanted $4 back or whatever. It was like,
he drove off. He's bad. He was like,
he was just making a huge deal about it. Oh my god, dude! I remember one time
he was driving 45 miles an hour on the highway, dude.
Dude, I remember like I met up with him one. Oh yeah, we used to play like disc golf together all the time because he was like surprisingly good. Like he was better than I was. Like he could always throw like he always threw it like super like parallel to the ground and really low, and it'd always go like perfectly straight. I don't know how he did it, and he would always go like he'd always do that shit. One time
I played disc golf with him before too.
For one time,
you probably too.
Yeah, he's really good.
Or something.
I just remember one time he's leaving, and he gave me like the secret handshake, you know, like the dog, yo, bro, I'll see you later, dog. You know, like that type of thing. And he got in his little tiny silver car. He backed up and then hit a truck that was parked behind him. And he rolled down the window and made that noise. He was like, eh. And then he drove off. He just drove off, and like that was like the best thing I ever saw. No, dude, it was at Turkey Mountain. That's where it was. It wasn't this way.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
this guy's
well, like he didn't like damage anything, but it just like he just kind of tapped this. It was like the bumper of like a. It was like an old. It was like a shit. What are those called? Like not the new ones, but like the older like Chevy Colorados, like the little smaller trucks. He just like hit the bumper of it, but it's just like he like just went like oh, and then just went and then like pulled up in front of us and rolled down his window slowly and was just like and then just sped off.
Yeah, because his window motor was like busted. Was like,
yeah. No, and it wasn't even the because he used to have like that piece of shit Impala with like no hubcaps.
Oh yeah.
And then he got like this little tiny like Kia or something. It was like one of those micro cars, like the ones that were like little hamsters. That's so funny. I love when fat people drive like those little Mitsubishi Mirages, like the little pink ones, you know, like the little.
Oh my god.
They have like 13-inch wheels.
Dude, those cars are like too tiny. I don't know.
Could you imagine financing one of those? That's the funniest thing on earth. Like, we got a killer deal on it.
Cheaper,
$185 a month.
Probably
$185
the cheapest car on the lot, I bet, with the lowest miles.
That's probably the cheapest brand new car you can buy.
I would like your cheapest car with the lowest amount of miles. Well, here's our selection.
And I want a terrible deal on your cheapest car you got. Oh, well, this is $13,500, and it's got great cheapness. It weighs 1,800 pounds and has a 3-cylinder engine. That's so fucking funny, dude. Dude, have you noticed, like, I know you don't, well, I guess you kind of care about cars a little bit, but have you noticed, like, all these electric cars they keep coming out with are just, like, boring as fuck? Like, nothing's cool. Like, none of them are interesting at all. Like,
Why are they sticking with the same old style, dude? Isn't it supposed to be futuristic and flashy?
Well, everything's exactly the same. Everything's just like a Tesla clone. Yeah, like BMW came out with some new electric car, and it just looks like shit. But that's the other thing too, is it's like $250,000. Like who? Like normal.
My question is, why do they always have to make the headlights look weird as fuck every year? I think the only thing they care about is the headlight design.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't even understand. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Like cars, like cool cars won't exist anymore because like the government says they really can't. It all started because of like the pedestrian impact or whatever it is. And that's why like cars started getting made out of plastic, like all their bumpers and shit. And then but yeah, now it's just, you know, like all these pedestrian vehicles are just pieces of shit. So go off so people don't have to hear me pissing.
I really have to piss right now. I was really thinking about like going and taking a piss, but I
Take
was
a
gonna do
piss
like this.
break, my man.
Wait, let me do the. This dog follows me everywhere I go. It was dead asleep, and then I ran to the bathroom. Wait, what are you doing? Are you taking a shit?
Oh no, here we are. Sorry.
Oh.
Whoa. Hey.
This dog just chased after me, and it was dead asleep, and then he just chased right back after me. Come on.
Yeah, dogs are wild, man. They're kind of like man's best friend. Some people would say a dog is like a man's best friend, but I would say sometimes they're a woman's best friend as well. A little bit of both.
She just crawled underneath a coffee table. I think that's a bad sign.
Oh, man, this is pissing. We don't have any sweets. I need some sweets at my house.
And I'm pretty hungry. I'm about to hop off of here and actually get something to eat, probably. I think I might.
Yeah, you need to go to the Winn-Dixie and see what's going on.
Something. I don't know. I might just make a mayonnaise sandwich.
Fighter jets are flying over. That means they'll come back right whenever I'm falling asleep. They're leaving right now, and they're going to come back whenever I'm falling asleep. So we're about an hour and a half.
It's just
Well,
gonna give me PTSD or something.
Or they're after burning my brain or whatever. Fuck, but yeah, I'll connect with you on this scene about a little trip down to the Americas.
Down south.
Yeah, down in the Dirty Dangler.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, all that shit. But
And
yeah,
go
I
see
need a
some
vacation, dude. I really seriously need just like a 3-day vacation. I just need to get out of town and relax.
Get out of town. I can take off whenever I want to.
Oh, same. I mean, I already took off like that week in May I told you about, but I can move that shit around too. It's like,
Not a big
basically
deal, yeah.
thinking about like a nice turn it into a 5-day weekend. I love
There was
that.
a while. They just hired a new person on our team, so we're like a 3-person team. So now I can take off whenever I want to, and I can just put all the responsibility on the new person. It'll be great. You hashtag muted yourself.